I trusted my neighbor with my house, and he used it against me. When I had to leave town for 3 months, my neighbor volunteered to help. Water the plants, collect mail, keep an eye on the place. He seemed trustworthy. We'd shared barbecues, borrowed tools, exchanged holiday cards, so I gave him a spare key. The first month passed without issues. Then, my HOA called. They said there had been complaints about my property. Noise, unapproved access, people coming and going at odd hours. I was confused. I wasn't even in town. When I returned, everything looked normal, until I checked my utility bills. Electricity was triple. Water usage didn't make sense. Then I noticed things missing. Small at first. Bottles of wine, tools, personal items. I installed a camera. What I saw made my stomach drop. My neighbor was letting people into my house, using it like a guest space, sometimes staying overnight himself. I confronted him calmly. He laughed and said, "You said I could keep an eye on it." I didn't argue. I called a lawyer. It turned out he'd been advertising my home as a short-term rental. Without my knowledge, I gathered evidence, screenshots, footage, messages. Then, I let the proper channels handle it. The fines came fast. The rental platforms shut him down. Legal action followed. He stopped making eye contact, moved a few months later. I changed the locks the same day, and I learned this lesson the hard way. Some betrayals don't come from enemies. They come from people close enough to mistake access for entitlement. Trust should never be given just because someone lives next door.